Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining our session today. Our format is going to be a little bit different. I'll kick things off, and then you'll also hear from Dima and Roshan as well. So, my name is Olivia Lee. I am the founder of a consultancy called LIVVIUM. It is a consultancy based on the intersection of metaverse, Web3, and fashion. In addition, I am also the head of digital fashion of All Stars Women, a global community focusing on bridging the gender investment gap for women founders. But really, I am here today because of my 20 years of deep dive experience hands-on in the world of e-commerce and retail. But who am I kidding? Let me rephrase. I am an expert when it comes to shopping. Just ask my delivery guy, ringing my doorbell every 2 days. But really, when it talks about shopping, whether it's online or physical, I just feel like there hasn't been much innovation until now. So with that said, let's go through the evolution of the retail experience. Starting off with a little throwback. I love a good throwback. So back in the day, pre-web, how a customer discover a brand, it's very simple. It really just requires you to physically go to that store. And that's how you interact with the brand. And in addition, you will come across things like billboards, maybe advertisements, or even product placement. Just like you see back here, we've got Tom Hanks in this movie, The Terminal, and Hugo Boss so very displayed in the back, very obviously. And then we usher in the internet era, something we're currently still experiencing today. That brings on new experiences. We're talking about things like social media, which leads to things like influencers, social commerce, affiliate marketing, live streaming, all of those things. All of which also makes shopping in a different way. But in the realm of e-commerce, we've been experiencing internet for a good 30 years now, but e-commerce itself hasn't really seen any major changes, in my opinion. Why are we still scrolling, on your favorite website, scrolling down, down, down? Or when we are looking for clothing, in this context of today's talk, we are still comparing our sizes with a model, clicking left, 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 just sort of figuring out if her size is going to fit me. Honestly, that makes the shopping a little bit even more kind of daunting, in my opinion. So lots of things can happen. And in addition, why am I still shopping by myself? This is probably one of those activities that's still very singular. So, ushering into the transformation of e-commerce into something I'd like to call immersive commerce. Today, in other talks, I heard virtual commerce as well, or immersive retail. So using the same example of Hugo Boss, we see back here something that's more immersive. What makes it immersive? Things like a 3D environment, real time, playing with your friends, being able to talk to one another, deciding on what to get. UGC would be another thing, and the gaming side. In addition, the hyper-personalization. You're no longer looking at it as a third person, but really in that world experiencing, not held back by the designer of that website with the hero banner. You can discover what you like in your own accord. So having said that, the idea, let's talk a little bit about numbers. So with the idea of immersive commerce is a large, large market. The idea that by 2030, we have Gen Z and Alpha taking up over 1/3 of our global population. In addition, those Gen Z are going to be your 50% are going to be your global consumers. That's huge. They're really driving the immersive commerce, the gaming, and fashion. So with that said, immersive commerce driven by these new generation is going to account for close to something like 500 billion to a upwards of, what number do I have here? 5 trillion by 2030. But what does that mean for all the audience out here who are builders, creators, solutions, brands, marketers? How do we see this in play? Now, I wish I can answer that, but I will, keep it short. The thing I can talk about is using the idea of accessibility, engagement, personalization, and founded by innovation as the foundation are ways that's going to make this work. So given an example I experienced last week, I was in New York, and I came across a virtual try-on mirror at Chelsea Market, and I was very surprised and also kind of really liked the idea where there grew a huge crowd, all lining up to try on the virtual try-on mirror. And their expression shows it. No matter what age, men or women, they love the idea of novelty, engagement, and interaction. It was really quite a scene to be seen, and it tells you we're on to something. So with that said, I'd like to share with you what I think is going to be the future of retail. So allow me to set the scene. Now, imagine you are in the comfort of your home and you suddenly receive an invitation from a friend inviting you to their wedding in Italy. So instead of going to your local mall, you put on your headset and instantly it scans your eyes and it knows it's you, and it has everything about you to your identical twin, from a mole on your cheek to your exact body measurement, this right now, in fact. And with that, the AI assistant would go something like, you're shopping for something for wedding, I see, and you nod your head, you're like, yes. And instantly the world around you changes. All of a sudden, you see this sort of world of all of the clothing you have. So for the men out here, your suits. For the women out here, all of the clothes that you have. In fact, these are your digital twin of your real life clothing. So, as usual, you're looking. There's nothing to wear for this wedding. Story of my life, Let's go shopping, yeah? So then the AI brings you into this beautiful boutique. Maybe it looks a little bit different from where I see versus somebody else because it's tailored to my preference. It knows kind of what I like, my characteristic, maybe my spending habit. It's already preloaded the items that they know that's according to my taste. So I look around and I spot an item, and then the avatar try it on. All of a sudden, I kind of see the shimmering of the gown. I'm walking, and then I see the flow of the fabric, and it is a perfect fit on the real me. Not on a model, not on just an avatar, but my exact body shape. In addition, maybe I'm treated to something like the story behind this dress by the designer through this beautiful immersive experience, the kind of aspirations or inspiration behind the dress. Or maybe I'm treated to the sustainable journey of this fabric, all of which are ways that we can engage in the future of shopping. And just then, it feels that my heart is skipping a beat, my pupils dilate, and it tells the avatar or myself that this indeed is the dress for you. So it makes quick out a little bit faster, but just when I'm about to check out, something pops up and it goes, join us on our runway and have a chance to win big, So it's adding an element of gaming. So all of a sudden, you're dressed in that avatar. You find yourself walking on this Venetian bridge with other people shopping for dresses as well. Shoppers are voting, so they're earning points, you're earning points, and you earn a badge at the end of this challenge. And as expected, you win, because why wouldn't you, right? And all of a sudden, you get a discount directed to your sale. And lastly, I imagine I don't even have to see it in my home. No more ringing doorbell for the delivery guy. It goes straight to the Italy hotel because it knows I'm booking a hotel there. So ladies and gentlemen, that is my quick idea of what I think the future of fashion is. I'd like to pass it to Dima, who's going to go a little bit more about the offline solutions and some of the technology. Dima.
Thank you. We'll get a bit more on a practical side of what's going on right now. My name is Dmytro Kornilov. I'm CEO of Ffface. We create AR mirrors for world-renowned brands. And before we will get into practical part, I want to reflect a bit on how all of us have changed. And back in the days, each of us, including me, existed only as physical personas, but since social media appeared, we also received one more persona, which is online persona. And matter of fact, more than one online persona. Think about it. We act differently on different social media. We're more professional on LinkedIn, more playful on dating apps, more creative on Instagram or TikTok or Snapchat. And this physical persona and online persona, they have different needs and different behavior. And while physical persona needs physical pleasure and interactions, online persona requires digital interactions and digital pleasure, likes, comments, and fires to their stories. Moreover, younger guys and guys who like to play computer games know that our virtual game characters is also something very serious. So now the third type of persona starts to appear more and more, and this is especially relevant for Gen Z and Gen Alpha. For them, their in-game character or virtual persona is also something completely different. Meanwhile, in the industry, Mark introduced his concept of the metaverse, and everyone thought that metaverse is VR or even web. In fact, at some moment, everything became metaverse. Like everyone called themselves metaverse. And more branded metaverse projects started to appear every day. But we hardly ever heard about results. If we'll Google metaverse case studies, metaverse cases conversions, we will find nothing. No conversions in direct sales, nothing, like no open data at least. And the interest started to decrease. And why did it happen? The reason is simple. Even though we have a virtual persona whom metaverse projects were targeting, we still have physical and online personas who strive for attention and experiences. And the biggest insight that I got last year is that offline is the new trending social media with 8 billion users. And that people love their real life. And they love their online life. And they are ready to explore virtual. But they're not ready to replace their real life with virtual life. That means that marketing experiences that we offer should accomplish all these pursuits. They should, and marketing innovations should target not just online or not just virtual environments, but they should target all three, including physical world. And to demonstrate this approach in practice, I will show you cases that we created for world-renowned brands with AR Mirror. So for example, to launch the new fragrance by Mugler, we launched augmented reality experience, which immerses consumers into the world of their new fragrance. We created Instagram filter and launched it online to generate user-generated content and awareness online. But apart from it, we integrated it into AR Mirror in Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris, so that people can, as Olivia mentioned, interact with it, and more importantly, seamlessly interact. The coolest thing is that you don't need to do anything except from standing in front of the mirror. And we received really cool results. We received more than 1,000 interactions within the first month of the experience. Also, thanks to the fact that this is an innovative solution, we received mentions in Forbes, at Week, Wag Business, and more than 1 million impressions in social media. But the whole thing is not just about these small pop-ups and AR mirrors. In fact, it's about transformation of the whole of outdoor communication. Every big outdoor banner, boring banner made with non-sustainable materials that we create and then destroy, create and destroy, update, and waste materials, all of them should be should become immersive, interactive, and digital. And here is an example. We turned huge video banner on the building into augmented reality mirror and allowed everyone who was passing by to try on new mascara by Maybelline. So this way, we covered lots of people, and since the sales point was nearby, we were also able to drive sales because everyone who interacted received sample and was informed that you can purchase this mascara right here in this shopping mall. Look how impressive it was. Also, why people interact with it? First of all, it is personalized there on the big screen. Second, it attracts attention to them and people like to receive attention. Third, it makes them look beautiful. As a result, again, we received really cool results. We had a calculated growth of sales offline. We again received the press for the biggest immersive installation worldwide. And since we also have this experience as an online version of this experience, we received conversions online. And third thing, to demonstrate that this is not just about this format of mirrors. It's about transformation of how we approach to retail, to shopping. We created this collection of semi-digital clothing for Bershka. Clothing that goes live with the help of AR filter on a social media app. But apart from this, we placed AR installation inside their stores, and people were able to seamlessly see the digital layer of the clothing without doing anything, simply by looking at the screen. And why did this work? It worked simply because it looks differently. It looks differently from the regular shopping racks, so it attracted attention and people interacted with it, then they tried on this clothing, then they purchased it. And we have the data that this helped to increase the sales of the collection twice. And now we're already doing the 5th collection of semi-digital clothing for Bershka. And just to say that this is not something new. No, this is already a mass market scene that's going on. We're doing tens of AR mirror projects for world-renowned brands worldwide now. We're doing mirrors for LVMH, Fendi, for L'Oreal, Prada, Shiseido, Dolce & Gabbana, and all of them around the world. The next AR mirror project here will be for Vogue Singapore event in October. To sum up, I want to say that, sorry, clicker glitches. Previously, innovation did not allow to transform retail in a level that we want. But now this changed, and thanks to cool technology, thanks to Snap Camera SDK, we're now able to fully transform offline retail, and we have calculated proof that it actually drives sales and not other abstract performance. And we should start transforming offline retail because we love real life and we love digital life, and the future is phygital. Passing it over to Roshan.
That was awesome. Thanks, Dima. Yeah, I completely agree. I think customers live in a phygital world and brands need to start adapting. I'm Roshan. I'm the CEO and founder of Immersive. Basically, I'm a consumer tech startup that helps brands reimagine and improve customer shopping experiences through deep tech. But before I say anything more, can I just get a raise of hands of how many people have shopped online over the last 90 days? Okay. And keep your hands up. Keep your hands up, okay? And if you've shopped online and returned something over the last 90 days, keep your hands up. Okay, that's about right. So shopping sucks online right now. and there's a reason why offline is a primary way for customers to shop. Today, shopping offline is about 80%, but online is growing at 26% and is about to be about 30 to 40% of the entire market by 2030. And there's a reason why customers are not shopping online, because it's because of the fundamental pain points. Aside from pricing, aside from logistics, customers need to know how a product looks on them. Customers need to know what their size is, because there's multiple sizing guidelines, and your body changes, and there's so many different factors, and there's no fitting room in my house. I'm not going to get the clothes. And lastly but not least, why should I buy this brand? There's hundreds of brands to choose from, and I need to differentiate my brand and my story of why I need to buy this for a premium price. And this is what online shopping is not doing, and the data shows itself. Today, on average, 30% of everything bought online is returned. That's $500 billion annually lost. And those are carbon footprint costs. Those are customers not being happy. And that means, on average, customers are not confident with their online shopping experience. And we know that because of cart abandonment rate, right? 78% of people add something to the cart, and then they say, I don't know if I want to buy this because I'm not confident that this is going to be exactly what I want, and I don't have the patience to wait for it to come in 2 days for me to then discover that this doesn't fit me or this isn't what it actually looks like on me. And I think that's where AI and XR come in to solve these pain points, both online and offline, right? Dima kind of mentioned how visualization can come in offline, right? Bringing in engagement and personalized storytelling by helping customers say, hey, in real time, without going and changing my clothes, this is how it looks on me. And this can be done on offline as well, right? And online. And that's something as a company, as Shopify partners, Immersive has created some pretty cool tech that helps this. But fundamentally, we want to solve these 3 major pain points that we talked about using AI and XR. A case study for XR for storytelling is web-based plugins. So we on Shopify have created an app that brands can just plug in with 0 code and create 3-dimensional storytelling that amplifies what the collection is about. And this can be, bringing the whole store to my house. And the whole point is about friction. I think the metaverse was so sold on, VR and all of that, but the truth is customers don't have VR headsets, right? It's about what is the device I have in my hand? And that's where WebXR comes in as a frictionless storytelling that plugs in directly onto websites where inventory and all of that is present. But last but not least, everyone here probably knows that sizing is the biggest pain point, and there is some solutions. We've actually launched a solution as well related to that, and fundamentally it helps people be more confident, right? According to Shopify and even Amazon, when 3D models are used, when engagement strategies are used like this, we're able to increase sales almost by 68% if AR is used. And this goes beyond just the sales process. In the manufacturing sense, a lot of companies are using 3D models like Marvelous and Clo, CAD, and those same designs can be applied to the websites for sales, and then that can go even to post-market and in brand awareness creation and even gaming, right? Integrating to multiple new ways to communicate to customers that, hey, we're here. We're running out of time, so I'm just going to go straight to the point that I think, to summarize what Dima and what Olivia were saying, is brands need to keep their customers first in mind. I think customers want to engage with brands both in a physical world and in a digital world. And fundamentally, they should be investing in these new types of tech because it is proving to increase sales. It is reducing returns by personalizing the entire shopping experience and making it just a little bit faster and easier to check out. And fundamentally, at the end of the day, trying to aim for brand loyalty. And at the end of the day, I don't think a brand wants more than that, because if, hey, cost of acquiring a customer is pretty high, and keeping them, that's the end of the day the goal. And it's all about frictionless and bringing in plugins that, make everything easier for the shopper. So I think we can kind of, this is our last slide. So wanted to say to the audience, whether you're a retailer, an entrepreneur, a engineer, or a designer, I think we are in a very early stage of this industry, and we are excited to collaborate with all of you. So please do connect with us. We would love to connect with you and collaborate on any of the things that you feel that we can help you with, and reimagine and build a better shopping future. Thank you.